Dome with her world. So today is our first episode, and thank you to Dome for being so gracious to host us and support our webisodes with such interesting and flamboyant.
Siapa yang flamboyant?
Adalah saja.
Sopan.
Pagi-pagi kena macam
Pantun, okay?
excitement sikit. Right. So on my left we have a nutritionist, fitness guru, coach, lagi.
Manusia.
Yeah. And then so we have
Here.
The lady.
Thank you, Mr. Faizan.
Thank you.
alright. So we have Kevin who's here,
Morning.
and then we have Ifa, full name very long, Nurullatifah Fauzan.
Yes.
Betul?
Betul.
And Ifa is from a nutritionist from Colombia, Asia.
Yes.
From Seremban.
Seremban, yes.
Yes, all the way from Seremban. And then we have Anida Salwani, Jelita editor.
Good
Who's
morning.
also a coffee drinker, probably not as bad as much as I drink.
Coffeeholic.
I'm
Yeah.
Coffeeholic level 1.
I kena bawa
Oh,
support
really?
system sebab Anida knows how much coffee I drink. So the topic today, what we're going to talk about is drinking coffee really healthy and good for your health. This is because recently, now that we have social media and the internet, you get every few months you get like, drinking 3 cups of coffee is good for your health. Drinking 4 cups of coffee a day helps with heart disease. So it's kind of like, let's get to the bottom of this. Whether are we on the right track? Should we believe all this information that we have, all this talk? It gets viral so easily because I think a lot of us are coffee drinkers. What do you say, Kevin?
I think the viral stories are always going to be agak mind-blowing because ramai orang don't have maybe the know-how to judge whether something is healthy or not. So when someone says it's healthy, based on kurang ilmu, less know-how, people straight away jump into the bandwagon. So when it comes to coffee, there are positive and negative qualities depending on what you put inside, how much you drink, how receptive is your body to caffeine per se. So on the pro side, it makes you feel good. I guess in the morning it's that booster, it's the caffeine. Kalau like this is just a black Americano, no sugar, no creamer, no nothing.
The healthy way of drinking coffee.
Yeah,
Right?
so I want to ask the audience at home and maybe Anida dengan Ida as well. Anida dengan Eena, how many calories do you think is inside here?
Oh my
I don't want to know.
God.
Can I not know?
Can you guess that? Guess. How many calories is in a black Americano?
What?
This is where the know-how comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
No, does it
how many
taste bad,
calories is inside a black coffee?
100, 200.
It's zero.
Zero.
It's nothing. It's
None.
nothing.
I wanted to say 0.
So, can this make you gain weight? Yes or no?
No, I guess not.
It cannot
It's 0.
because it's 0 calories. Is it the same like water? Calorie-wise, yes.
Yes,
So now
yes,
this is where the social media comes in. They like to compare one
water.
variable to
Yeah.
another, but doesn't tell you the whole story of it. So coffee, like benda lain as well, it has pros and cons. But because the public is generally not quite well aware of the entire story, it's easy to twist.
So you think like even though you're drinking a latte, you still imagine that it's healthy, because it's coffee. Do you think some people think that way? Nida, how many cups of coffee you drink a day?
Oh my god. Okay. For me, I must have that first cup of coffee in the morning. Usually I wake up at 5 a.m. and start my day early. Before I can do anything else, is that first cup of coffee. And I usually have 3-in-1 lah, basically with creamer and the sugar lah dalam tu. So I don't know how it's comparable to a black
Kecok.
coffee.
Chop.
So instant one.
So 3-in-1 is a different story
Yes.
compared to a
Please
0.
enlighten me.
So caffeine-wise, it's the same because you're not really changing the coffee, but
Right.
you're adding things into
Exactly,
the drink. So that changes
The calorie.
the calories because you're adding calories. So
Understood.
coffee and tea generally have no calories at all. It's the sugar and the creamer,
The creamer.
and the
That goes
honey
into
for
it.
teas maybe that you put
Understood.
inside that contains calories. So now, again, question to untuk orang kat rumah and here as well.
Yes.
For Anida dengan Eena, if you have white sugar and brown sugar, which is better?
They always say brown.
Brown sugar, no?
If
Or don't difference
Calorie wise, they are the same.
the same.
nutritional benefit.
Difference.
Nutrition benefit. So, okay, what are you looking at? Are you trying to lose weight, or are you trying to see all the so-called nutrients, vitamins, or whatnot?
Generally, like white sugar, brown sugar, which is better?
For clinical practice, right, like in the hospital, we say you should just count them as just the same.
It's the same thing. It's true.
We do not say.
we learn something
Some
new.
people have the idea that brown sugar is good, therefore less calorie. Somehow they have the.
They put more brown
Then they
sugar.
put more.
Because they
there
think
you
it's
go.
healthier. Because the public thinks brown rice, white rice, brown rice is better. White bread, brown bread, brown is better. So when they hear white sugar, brown sugar, they think okay, brown
Brown
must
is
be
better.
but it is virtually the same thing.
It's the
No, not the end of the world.
Yep.
So now let's say we are at Dome right now. We don't have the packet of sugar here, right? Can we get some sugar or not?
No
Just-
problem. There you go.
Thank
I
you.
think it's mainly brown.
So let's talk about
They have
this
the.
the equal.
That's
Yeah,
equal.
focus
Oh,
on
I
the
didn't know they have
sugar.
equal
I think
here.
it's all brown sugar.
It's all brown.
Let's say it's a packet of brown sugar or white sugar, and the public again at home doesn't know the answer to this question. How many calories is in one packet of sugar? You don't know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, guess.
How many grams
Take a
is
wild
this
guess.
one?
Take a wild guess.
Okay, Ifa.
How many gram? Is this like
Does it
5
say?
grams?
Typically, it's 5 grams.
Five-
You go to Dome,
5 grams?
Coffee. No,
Five?
Let them try. Let
Okay.
them try.
I don't know.
Get wild guess.
Less than 10?
I don't
Less than
think so,
10?
right?
It's close.
Close. 8.
No, not that. One
no,
gram
not
of
like that,
sugar is 4 calories.
1 gram is
4 calories.
So times.
So 5 times 4 is 20.
20.
So now if you put in 2 packets of sugar, it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it is all about moderation as a whole.
Betul, I agree.
But people don't know. So they think one packet is 100, 200 and they are so afraid of adding in one sugar here and there. But it's
Right.
not going to ruin your diet per se unless you do
Exactly.
it 10, 20 packs a day, then it's
Yeah.
a story.
So the keyword is moderation lah.
Which is easy to say, but hard to control if you don't know what it means. Because if you don't know what this and that is,
Yeah.
then it can be quite difficult.
And then
Yeah,
how
moderate
do
to
we-
you might be the moderate
Exactly. I
to
was
her.
thinking that maybe my moderation is
Yeah.
2 cups. Some
Like
people
how-
say it's 5.
Anida knows that I drink coffee almost like water.
Me too.
Yeah. But I don't drink the healthy way. That's the thing.
What is the
admit,
unhealthy way?
Lots
How
of sugar.
how do you define healthy and
I
unhealthy
would
and
say,
how
of
much?
course, black,
Huh.
nothing added is considered a healthy way of drinking coffee. But I'm assuming how much you consume also
Yes. Portion.
plays a role. You know, the portion you consume in a day, right?
Okay, Chop again.
Okay.
What do you think is the advisable number of cups of coffee like this? Because like Nescafe coffees and Starbucks or Dome coffees are not quite on the same page because the caffeine
Everyone has a
different.
is different.
coffee in
Because the problem, the question always is about caffeine. So caffeine is the thing that makes the coffee good or bad depending on what you're looking for. So the concentration of caffeine in a cup of coffee is for me the determining factor as to how much you should drink. So like it starts as low as soda.
Right.
Milo or soda drinks have caffeine as well.
Yeah.
Then one step up would be your 3-in-1 instant coffee mix. Then the next step up would be your Dome cafes. The next step up would be your energy drinks, the ones
Yeah.
the
Very
Red
concentrated,
Bulls.
high amount.
That's a lot of caffeine. That's not advisable in my opinion. And then the next step up higher still are the fat burners, the weight loss supplement. They use
So does
caffeine.
espresso fall in like the
Espresso
tier?
is here.
Yeah.
So this would be like a single shot of
Right.
espresso.
Okay.
And when you research what is the average amount of caffeine you're supposed to take in per day, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about 200-300 milligrams
For
a day, which is roughly about 3 to 4 cups of this,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
more or less. That would be okay lah. okay lah does not mean it's like on the
Kita okay lah kan.
it's like the highway. The speed limit is 120. Don't go 119 lah and push it there.
Yeah,
You
okay,
wanna
okay.
stay 20%
Right.
if you can below the limit lah. Kalau boleh. I'm a coffee drinker myself. I know the good and bad of it. I don't want to live forever. I want to enjoy my life. Coffee makes me
Understood.
happy.
Exactly.
But I want to ask the public, and I want to ask you guys as well, what is so bad about coffee? If anything at all.
Not bad lah, but you know, people always. Okay, that's why I was going to ask Ifa. Is there such a thing as when people say like withdrawals from coffee? You know, coffee withdrawals. You know, some people say like, oh, I didn't drink coffee for a day, migraine. You know, I'm having chills or you
Yeah.
know. Is there such a thing like really medically? Is there such a thing as coffee withdrawals? Maybe that's why people fear. You know, like.
What you want
I don't have coffee, then my
Yeah.
day is not complete kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a coffee drinker every day, because me myself I am. When I was studying also,
Lost hope.
I was a Starbucks person. So, but yeah, you can have that withdrawal effects, but it's different from one person to another. See, I have been drinking coffee for years, but I don't have it. But someone else that I know can have it also. Can have it.
So when you say like have it, what is that it?
The one time in a year where you will experience it is bila.
Puasa.
Puasa. So same thing with me as well. The puasa is the one where you cannot have it in the morning where you normally have it, and the withdrawal symptoms you will feel is the restlessness, cannot talk, cannot see bright light, the Dracula
You're not as
effect.
alert as you usually are, because
Yeah.
what keeps you, like gives you the effects before is not there anymore. So even if you stop for just like a few days, not test out. So some people can have the intense effects. Some people are not that intense, just mild. Depends on your genetic and all that
But
also.
caffeine withdrawal syndrome is not like nicotine withdrawal syndrome.
Yeah.
Nicotine is very long.
Right.
Caffeine, kalau Ramadan, after 2 or 3 days,
Your
you're
body
fine.
get used
It's
to it.
really, but
Yeah.
again, like if I said, it varies from person to person. Like me personally, it takes about 2 to 3 days, then I'm okay.
But I
still
take
enjoy
coffee
the-
during puasa.
Sorry?
Sahur I will
Sahur.
I know, but your body is used to getting it
Yeah,
in the
very
morning
early in the morning.
and, throughout the day.
take. Yes.
Is there like okay now that Nina brought up like she still will have her dose of coffee if it's possible because she sahur, right? So is that like a good time to actually have coffee? You know, there's always that saying like, oh, don't drink coffee like how many hours before you sleep.
There only
or-
is a time when you're not supposed to. I think you can drink coffee anytime except when you want to go to sleep. Because the
How many
caffeine-
hours before you go to sleep?
I personally don't drink any coffee beyond 6 o'clock.
Right.
There is
Anything
actually
before 6.
there's actually a research that said the effect stays for like 6 to 8 hours. Yeah, but again that varies.
It varies from person to person. So
Like for me, magically, I don't have that effects.
I don't
Yeah,
have
same
that
here.
either.
I can just
I
drink
have-
it.
I can have a cup of Nescafe and then
Yeah, and
so
for
yeah,
sleep.
after dinner,
I
and
was
Nescafe, dosage-wise is
Low.
I at home I have an espresso machine.
right.
So
Oh,
it's like
that's so
actual,
good.
Actual
That's
grinded
stronger.
coffee is so stronger. So at night I do like decaf, but
Ah.
not with a machine like instant decaf. Doesn't taste the same but looks the same lah.
So now I have that question where people, you know, use coffee as okay. One thing I would like to ask, since you are a fitness guru, but is there such a thing as sweating it out? Like you know, you've had so much coffee and you feel like, oh, I'm just gonna sweat it out. Is there such a thing? No.
sweat what? The
really.
coffee?
Coffee. You know, like how people say like, oh, when you eat too much, I just go to gym and sweat it out, or when
When you
have too much
sweat,
coffee.
it's mainly water, some minerals, but you're not gonna get some black sweat. Hola.
But there's no such thing, right? So people, you know, just get to say it's okay for me to drink 8 cups of coffee because I go to gym and sweat it out. Okay, I'm just going to get
People use the coffee.
to cakap quite sikit. I think because
Oh,
in the more
background.
So it's a
My
bit
voice okay,
noisy.
right?
So don't worry, let us know. We have people telling us if you can't hear us, so we will speak up. Can't do much about
But people use the caffeine for pre-workout drink.
okay.
Yes, just to boost the metabolism.
I use
and
that.
then it-
Ha.
So you drink
It's
coffee
okay to do
Before
that.
the workout.
For the workout. You know
Not to sweat it out. It's just to give you that boost.
that kick.
So you can use coffee to give you that. something new.
But I want to ask you guys back to the question: what is so bad about coffee?
I don't know, maybe
Like
people
when you're-
worry
when you're
about
pregnant.
getting addiction.
I think
like
people
it becomes
people
an addiction.
pregnancy.
associate.
When you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or children, they're not allowed to drink coffee. Most women, this is per world, right?
Yes, yes.
Most women don't know why. They say, good doctors say no. Why? Caffeine. But why? What is so bad about coffee and pregnancy, breastfeeding, and kids?
Right.
See, actually, because caffeine, it crosses your placenta. So the baby in your belly, they don't have enough enzyme to digest the caffeine as you can. So, but
But what is so bad about it?
because the baby, when they cannot digest the enzyme, so they will have the effects and all that. So they're not supposed to. But your body can digest it just fine. And the half-life of coffee, basically, okay, kalau coffee, example lah, kalau coffee in your caffeine in your body lasted 4 hours. But when you're pregnant, it can double up the time in order to process and everything. Sebab your hormones and everything change. So, but doesn't mean you can't actually. Sebab kalau macam American Dietetics Association, they say you need to limit up to 200 actually milligram. But there's another thing. How do you know how much caffeine in this and in that and in any other cup?
Actually, that's not the reason why, though.
Huh.
The reason why women are not allowed to drink the pregnant, kids, and breastfeeding. Yes, the caffeine gets anything you makan minum will get to the fetus or breastfeeding or
Yep.
the child drinking Milo or coffee at home. The main reason, and many people don't know this, caffeine robs the body of calcium.
Oh, is that why they say that you
Okay.
can't like you don't?
So it can
stunts your growth.
it can stunt your growth because
Okay.
the calcium absorption is reduced. Now how much varies by individual, but there is the studies have shown many times that the caffeine does rob the body of magnesium, zinc, and calcium. So boleh bantukan pembesaran the fetus, bantukan pembesaran kanak-kanak.
So that's why it's discouraged for kids to drink coffee.
But then you will also read journals, medical journals by the Harvard Medical Institute, sponsored by the National Coffee Association, that says is adding some milk into it is going to make it okay. But
Kinda you balance it out a little bit.
Don't believe
Everything you
everything you read because everything is sponsored. Just like we're sponsored here today. You know what I'm saying? No, but this is where
Understood, yes.
consumer needs to educate themselves and not be just serah diri to
Blindly
social
accept,
media
yeah.
and what people say.
definitely. I mean, that was one of the things we often hear. The fact that don't let your kids drink coffee. Don't let your
Don't know
kids
why.
drink coffee. So and then they say because it stunts the growth.
But why and how?
Yeah, and then you have a
Calcium,
son like mine
Yeah.
who's like 5 feet plus
Yeah.
and 14.
Yeah.
It's going like, why can't I drink coffee? I'm tall enough already.
Suka hati
Like,
dia.
yeah, I don't
Suka
think
hati
coffee
dia.
can stunt my growth. I'm like,
Alamak.
okay. So like, but I get that explanation. It's about the, calcium and the growth.
Calcium,
Yeah.
zinc, mineral,
So
the
that means
caffeine
maybe
robs
there's a
of
right age. Is there a right age to like
For kids
for
to
kids
start.
There's no really a guideline that says what's the right age actually out there. No like established age wise that we'd recommend.
Like my kids, no coffee until you are in your teens. Then we can talk about it. At the end of the day, it's suka hati. I mean, once you are 14 years old, you walk into a coffee shop, you have the money.
Teh
They
tarik.
don't care how old you are.
Kopi.
It's not a cigarette.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
regulated, cannot be sold to minors. So yeah, for my kids at home, no coffee or tea. Even tea. Tea has caffeine.
Right.
Yeah.
Smaller, it's a little less than the concentration of like
So even that small amount can affect like growth.
potentially yes.
Potentially.
But like if I said, it affects people differently. So even if I drink a cup of coffee, I feel nothing. But some people just
Yeah,
go,
it really depends.
go crazy
Yeah.
because it's a drug. whether
Yeah.
you like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's the fear. Like you said, why are people so scared? Maybe because of the feeling that it's kind of a drug where it.
It is a drug.
It has
in a
that-
sense
it has that
not in
effect.
the sense that medically
Yeah.
It has the
caffeine is a
chemical
stimulant.
effects
Alright.
in
Yeah.
your body.
Stimulants.
Yeah.
That, right, maybe that's
Heroin,
the fear.
cocaine, or like even like weed, it exists in nature. It's not like man created it in a macadamia. It is a stimulant that affects the body somewhat somehow. So caffeine has an effect of stimulating and boosting your metabolism and
But
your
we
heart
can use
rate.
it in the right way. Drink it before you go to the gym.
Yes.
You can use it like give you that boost at the gym.
It makes you happy at the end of the day, right? It makes you feel good and relaxed. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Betul?
Okay.
Betul.
Betul. Because I terfikir last I was thinking kan we had a comment I posted about this event and this talk with my friends and orang cakap it helps with your mental health of mind, your state of mind because you become happy. So I terfikir macam when you're in the office busy doing things and whatever, orang cakap jom ngopi.
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 Ngopi comes from the kopi. No lah. But of course you terus macam drop everything and go because you just want
Glamping.
that moment to just take a break. Walaupun mungkin you keluar you tak minum kopi pun. But that jom ngopi je dah make you feel macam let's go.
The thing you have to understand is that coffee is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
True.
It is a commodity that needs to survive, and the supply and demand is high. So there's a lot of negativity out there. The demand will drop. So there's always going to be spins to stories to give you a reason to
Yes.
drink more lah. But there is always two sides to the coin, and our job is to educate the public
Yep.
to be aware of the both sides lah.
The pro and cons.
You decide.
Yeah.
'Cause there's always
needs a balance.
there is always the benefit of something and there's always the con, the other side of it. So it's always like where you draw the line to get the benefit of what you like, what you want, what's your goal. Kalau you drink coffee, some people make it happy. Some people not wake up. Some people just simply like the taste.
Go through
Yeah.
the day. Like, I needed to just get through the day.
Yeah.
What about like when like you mentioned, right? Like this is 0 calories. Obviously, when we pair our coffee with different foods
Yeah.
as well,
Frappuccino.
that obviously changes the sort of health benefits or
Yeah.
how does it affect us actually? What should we be pairing? What's like people
Best
say like
pairing.
wine also when you eat there's perfect pairing.
How do you know?
People say, "Ma, I have to write lah." Well, anyway, how do you know like what's a good pairing to drink with your coffee? Like coffee and cake, is that like the worst pairing? No.
Unless if you eat the whole round cake.
Wow.
No, one slice okay.
One slice is okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's the moderation. Kalau you just eat like one slice of cake and then, but your coffee is like this kind, just as simple, should be
not
okay.
like a caramel latte and then like a caramel layered cake.
And then a few times per day, then yeah.
Oh wow.
Then it's a story of calories,
Yeah.
which is a huge topic by
Another
itself.
huge, yeah.
But pairing coffee with whatever foods that you like, honestly, will vary from person to person. I can have an iced coffee even at the mama, Nescafe ice ke apa with nasi and lauk.
Still.
But it depends on the individual lah. But calorie-wise, it's a different story. But how you want to pair your coffee, suka hati kot. Kan?
Calorie wise depends
It's
lah.
not
You
like
nak maintain ke, you nak lose weight ke. Okay, let's say lah you nak maintain your weight and then you know berapa banyak roughly you kena makan hari tu. You are someone who really watch your calorie and all. Kalau setakat petang-petang just nak have some social time with your friend and then just maybe that coffee and then maybe a muffin. Should be okay. Yeah. Unless malam sebelum tidur frappuccino, still ada coffee right? Frappuccino, the espresso shot with all the cream and the whipped cream and the sugar, right? And then you pair with some cake also. In the morning you still have like, you like that you have the sweet tooth. So you like to have it so many
That
times.
sounds like my lifestyle, which is actually very calorie bombarded. I think.
One more Americano. So I am a social. Most of my meetings are in social settings, like Dome. And way back, my college years, I used to drink coffee with sugar and milk.
Yeah.
So there's calories. So if let's say it's 2 sugars and milk, maybe it's 60 calories. If it's 5 cups a day, it's 300 calories. So over the years, less sugar, less milk. Now it's just black. So I can drink it 4 or 5 times a day, but the calorie-wise, it's still
Zero.
it's zero. But it's a social because it's social.
Yeah.
Ngopi lah tu.
Mengopi lah.
So that's the thing, like Anida works with me. She knows how much I love my coffee and how much sugar and cream I will put
So if I were you, if I were your friend, that's what I would probably advise you to risk reduce as you go along lah.
I tell
from
her.
two sugars to one sugar.
Yeah.
From full cream to low fat.
So I'm trying.
That's options.
Because, I am supposedly being exposed to a lot more correct information, so I should use this information wisely. So I'm trying to okay, at least cappuccino, no sugar.
Yeah.
Okay lah, you have milk.
Right?
Sounds you happy, right?
You cannot just jump daripada sweet drink to Americano. Then
Is there any truth and myth busting that you feel that people out there have to really know these are coffee myth. Don't believe lah if you hear it, whether it's social media or articles that are being shared. I think nowadays a lot of us read articles, not so much that we go searching for it. It's being shared to us, whether
Once
it's on
got
our
1,000
WhatsApp,
shares, must be correct, huh?
Yeah. Or 100,000 likes or something.
Yeah.
Is there a coffee myth that you want to bust?
You want to go first or I go
No.
first?
You go first.
The one thing that people always
coffee.
ask me about is the green coffee thing. The green coffee. Thank you. Yeah, terima kasih.
Green
Thank you so much. Because the problem with society is that dia nak kaya cepat, nak kurus cepat, nak putih cepat.
Yes.
Semua nak cepat.
Semua nak cepat.
So one of the main ingredients in weight loss supplements is caffeine.
Right.
So now, when people get bored of green tea and whatever else, the next latest thing was the green coffee thing, the green coffee extract. So they think
It was
it's
like
green coffee,
slimming
green
coffee.
tea,
Green.
and coffee. Hence, must be the
Lagi
magic
bagus.
thing to help you lose weight. And it's the same thing. It's end of the day, it's just a different kind of bean. It's caffeine as well, and caffeine boosts your
Right.
metabolism. It helps you to get rid of water.
Yeah.
It's a diuretic, but there's nothing magical about. Does not mean that you makan all this, but you one cup of green coffee is going to be okay. But people buy into these things
Yeah.
because they want it tomorrow or
Yeah.
semalam.
Betul.
Cepat.
Desperation.
Tak dengar lagi pasal green coffee ni. This is the first time I'm hearing about this green coffee.
Don't buy. Same thing.
Is that usually people who wants to lose weight, that usually ask about that?
Sorry?
Is that usually people who nak kurus cepat yang tanya?
They always ask
Usually
questions
what's the
about.
purpose?
They always ask questions about weight loss supplements, and this would be like
magic pill.
your fat burners. I'm sure you've seen those fat burning
Yeah,
pills,
I've
right?
seen those fat burner pills.
Do you know what's inside the fat burning pills? Caffeine.
Just pure.
It's not even if it says caffeine free, they replace it with guarana,
Yeah,
geohimbe,
natural
or
caffeine
mahua.
source.
It is the
Right,
same
right.
thing.
Still
It's a different
caffeine.
name, but people don't know.
And usually when you ask them, so what happened when you drink it, and they say, oh, I go to toilet,
Better.
flush out of the water.
It's
So
diuretic.
it's the water weight that you're losing, not the fat mass.
But it still boosts your metabolism. So if you take a high dosage caffeine, even if you just sit here, you feel like something is happening, but nothing is happening. It is the impact of the drug, the stimulant.
Right.
I think
But
your
it
heart
works
rate,
in that sense. But people can't last on it very long because you always feel on the edge
Restless.
all the time. Insomnia and lain-lain. But that's the goal of dosage of caffeine that you get in those pills. Highly not advisable.
But the dangerous is people usually, they take it, oh, now I have the magic drink, then I can eat anything else.
Right.
So it doesn't really, so you may lose a bit. Mula-mula tu turun sikit berat badan sebab your air semua dah diuretic kan. So dah pergi toilet banyak. So of course lah ada a few
Yeah, but then you
grams.
eat.
And then you eat, at some point long term, you gain back and then you just maintain the same.
It's always makanan. There's no magic pill. If there was a magic pill, I have no job anymore.
Exactly.
There will be no need for me or Ifa
Yeah.
in this world.
We will have no jobs if there is
Makan
real
that thing
magic
and then
pill.
off you go.
Right.
But the desperation of the society to get what they harapkan, especially yang kurang berpendidikan, they get sucked into buying these overpriced
Yeah.
products
Products.
that really don't do what they promise to do.
Oh, the sweet promises.
Okay. So 2 myths busted. Don't fall for green coffee, and don't think that if you are taking one of those coffees that
It's a solution.
it's a solution. Butter in coffee.
Butter.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
That trend
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you put a tablespoon of
Why?
butter.
Why?
What's
in
the
your coffee.
purpose?
Yeah, I know.
Jadi masin.
I
The
heard about it.
taste
It was
or
made
what?
popular by. If I'm not mistaken, it was made popular by one of those trendy diet trends like keto or IF.
Oh, those
diets
diets.
where you're allowed to eat.
Everything.
You can't really eat
Every fat.
carbohydrates, but you're allowed to eat
Fats and
fat-based
protein.
products in moderation.
Right.
So, how to say it? It's not going to be a magic fix. Not doing that alone is not going to change segala-galanya. Not doing it pun does not mean you're not going to lose weight. Every diet has success stories and failures. Keto and IF are very popular because they're not easy. And you can lose weight in that first week quite quickly.
Yes.
But they're not sustainable in my opinion. But does not mean you
totally
cannot do it. So don't blindly follow any advice that is out there. Even those who critique these things don't know much about the diets.
Right.
So now my advice to anyone that hears this live Facebook thing or reads these things on social media, don't follow anything we say, don't follow anything you read online, but make your research.
Yes.
And if you feel it makes sense to you, suka tinggal lah.
Buat lah.
Do it lah.
Buat lah.
It's not going to ruin your life.
That's why when you decide on whatever choice you're going to make, you have to be able to deal with the consequences. This is something I live by. If you can deal with the consequences, by all means.
By all means,
By
yeah.
all means.
Go
you know.
ahead.
Yeah.
But really, this butter in coffee thing really threw me off.
So you butter and coffee, but then the rest of the day, how do you eat? Normal ataupun you change the whole thing also?
I'm not very sure about the whole system because I'm such a no, I don't put all the weird things in my coffee.
Yeah, coffee should just be enjoyed with like.
It wouldn't change
Sure.
anything kalau setakat you just add that. It wouldn't do anything if the rest stay the same. You are just
That
adding
makes sense.
5 gram of fat into that.
Quite a
you're
lot.
adding
It's banyak. It's a big bulk of butter.
How big?
It's
Not
maybe-
one
Really?
teaspoon
maybe
bukan
half a cup of this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Banyaknya.
No, but if you critique them blindly, bodoh lah benda macam ni, you will get a lot of people yang from these diets
Yeah.
coming onto your channel
Yeah.
and
They have-
educating you on what you do not know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you don't want to open a can of worms because don't
No,
go there
you don't
lah.
want to
Don't
open
go
a can
there.
of worms.
Don't go there. So it's really up to you to make your research and decide for yourself.
Right.
If it makes you happy, go for it.
Oh, but keep in mind, what about your... Have you heard of LDL, your bad fats? Kalau you makan a lot of fats, there is bad fat and good fat dalam badan kita. Tu layman term lah, LDL, HDL. So kalau you eating a lot of just not like omega 3 kind, just like butter ke minyak yang kita masak, yang typical Malaysian punya.
Okay.
Those can increase your LDL, especially kalau you tambah your fat.
But
So?
if you post that online as well,
They will come and
they will
bombard
come back
me.
to you and
Another study.
no, and then they will say this. They will say this. No one has asked you to eat this all day long. They just say do
Yeah.
it once a day or once in a while. So again, they are very, very, very
Yeah.
critical at pinpointing the mistakes that you do.
Yes.
So don't go. I learned over the years not to kachau things that are not really part of my genre and let people figure
But
it out
it's
themselves.
hard though when they suggest something. Then normal people usually let's do it, and they will do it. They
Just
don't know
try,
how much should they do it, how frequent, and they don't know the whole diet thing. So they just end up adopting that one thing into and incorporate it. So
Dengan doa.
Pasrah.
Disaster kena kan? Okay, so I think we're just left with a few minutes. I want to just go around and ask everyone to share, maybe the last sort of few takes that you have, whether, is drinking coffee really good for your health? Maybe we'll start with Nida first.
Oh wow.
So after
Pakar
all
ke?
this, Nida, what say you?
For me, the keyword is moderation.
Yeah.
Dalam apa jua, right? I mean, you want to drink coffee, by all means go ahead and do it. I mean, I agree with Kevin cakap, minum je lah kalau dah suka, but in moderation. If you think your body can take, I don't know, 5 cups of coffee a day, silalah. But for me, I only go up until 2 and it's enough for me. It's good enough for me. So, yeah, moderation. Yes, Eena.
Okay.
I think she covered it all. So moderation.
Okay, from a nutritionist point of view,
Uh-huh.
summary of like what do you want our Facebook followers or anyone who's listening, or when we post the video again, what do you want people out there, especially coffee lovers, like to know about, you know, benefits of coffee?
Coffee, okay. Kalau as she said just now, sama lah sebenarnya. You can drink coffee. If you're already a coffee drinker, you can go ahead. So macam 3 to 5 cups of this size should be okay. Okay, tapi you have to be mindful what you're adding into your coffee and what you're eating it with. Okay, because those are the extra calories. And those are usually the problem that we have in Malaysia. Now we are number 1 with obesity and diabetes and all that. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to stop drinking coffee. You can go ahead. And doesn't mean then someone yang tak pernah drink coffee now, alamak kena minum coffee. No. So if it fits you, if you're happy, you want to keep drinking, you can. Just be mindful. If you don't like coffee, it's not that you have to drink to get certain benefit. Yeah.
Don't feel pressured pula macam apa ni.
Alamak kena beli.
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin.
Bagi saya sendiri, for me personally, I enjoy coffee. I don't want to give advice to the audience, but I just want to share what I personally plan with my life and coffee
Right.
as I age. I love coffee. I drink it 3, 4, 5 times a day. I only drink black coffee once in a blue moon, something a bit more fancy. So calorie-wise, it's not a problem for me. It's not going to make me gain weight. I personally understand the good and bad of coffee, especially the calcium part. So if I get older, I will get older. I will get older.
InsyaAllah.
And I'm aware that bone density, like it or not, will deteriorate as I age with or without coffee.
Yeah.
So if I get to a juncture in my life where doctor is telling me your bone density is starting to not be as good as it used to be, which is very, very normal as you age, I'll probably cut it down. From probably what it is now to maybe 2 to 3 cups, and then probably move on to maybe the decaf coffees, just to try to control the quality of my life as I age. So my advice is be aware of the good and bad of what it is. I don't want to live forever, but I want to kind of enjoy the quality of my life and enjoy the things that come with it.
So okay, I think in conclusion, coffee can be beneficial for you if you do it in moderation. Be mindful of what you put inside, and don't take anyone's advice.
Take your own advice.
You have to go to the source.
Yeah, you know, get yourself educated.
Yes.
Yes.
Read up about it, especially if you're a coffee lover. Read up about it. There's no harm drinking coffee. We all agree here. Like Kevin says, you know, learn to consume it the way that suits you. So don't try. No, we're not trying to open a can of worms. No, we're not inviting people to say, you know, we're giving the wrong advice. We're saying that educate yourself, get the right awareness, especially if you're a coffee drinker. Be mindful, and like Nida said lah, which I have to take Nida's advice. Moderation is key.
Yes, Eena.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, this morning.
Thank you.
Nida. Thank you,
Terima kasih.
Kevin.
for having
Thank you
us.
so much
Bye.
today, especially the fact about why kids shouldn't be drinking coffee. I think that's so
Yes.
important to understand, rather than just blindly telling our kids. And thank you, Dome, once again for treating us to coffee, treating us to lots of coffee today, and lots of little treats. Come back next month where we will be talking about another great topic. Stay tuned to her world's Instagram and Facebook for more information. I think I'm about to lose my voice. Thank you, bye.